I saw two scenes. One as a queen.
Mm. Mm-hmm. What was the other one?
The other one was, I don't know how I can describe. I'm just going to describe what it is because it's hard for me to keep up.
Okay, just describe what you see.
I'm seeing her in this kind of tight spacesuit
Mm-hmm.
in space. Everything's all in space.
Mm-hmm.
The spacesuit looks like silvery, but you know, like there's like that tinge, like if you look at it a certain way, it's like kind of like rainbowy, but you know, that faint kind of metal rainbow type.
Like iridescent.
Yeah, that's her suit. Looks
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it looks like she's running, but she's not running. You can't run up there. She's going really fast, and eventually you can't see her anymore. She turns into light,
Mm-hmm.
and it's speeding really fast through space. And you could see the energy created from the speed of this light.
From
And then
her.
from her light, but when you back up, there's so many of them that are the same, that are doing the same thing.
Do they all look the same, or are they all different?
I'm seeing them as all different, but they're the same. Like they look different, but they're from the same group, or I don't know what,
Mm-hmm.
because they're all wearing the same kind of thing.
Tell me what she looks like.
She reminds me exactly as Hara's picture today.
Blonde.
Yes, blonde with bangs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a space surfer. And they all just like pick up speed. You can just see them all like be in, they show, like the way I'm seeing it is they look like in human form or whatever, or like that kind of body.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they pick up speed, they turn to light. They're just all like little but bright light, I guess, kind of like shooting stars.
Hmm. I'm trying to imagine what you're seeing.
It's really difficult for me. This is the first time that it's hard for me to to understand what's going on, or I'm not trying to make sense of it, but I'm just explaining because it's fast. They go really fast.
Are they all going at the same time?
Yeah, they don't like all start at the same time, but they're all pretty much like, I saw her as herself, and then she just kind of like ran. It's like she was it looks like an Olympic runner, just how her arms were, you know, like when you're running really fast, but
Mm-hmm.
not under the feet to
But
pick
what
up that speed.
are they running? Where are they running? Are they on a planet?
No, they're just in open space.
Open space, so like out in the stars?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they're not. really like, I don't know. That's why it doesn't make sense. You know,
Mm-hmm.
running. It looks like they're running, but it's like when their feet touch, they could touch like, I guess, stars or floating debris in space, and they can just like, it looks like American Ninja Warrior, like how they're just kind of going, they're like stepping on the things and they're accelerating forward, and then they pick up like crazy speed and they disappear. They become specks of light, but bright specks of light. And so you just see, like that, just lights
Mm-hmm.
flying through
But they're actually beings.
their beings. But I think they could, it's like when they pick up that momentum, they turn into that light,
Mm-hmm.
stars.
Hmm.
But when they stop, they come to form.
Hmm.
So they're creating like, because I see like when they're flying and the lights are going in unison, the energy from the momentum, there's like um yeah, just the energy or the whatever that it's creating. It's like I don't know how to explain that.
Are they creating like a third or second energy from?
Type thing, yeah. Like they're emanating like a different type of energy from the speed to which
Mm-hmm.
that they're going. And I'm seeing like speed has to do with it. The light,
Mm-hmm.
and so it creates like, yeah, another energy
Hmm.
from,
From the light and speed?
yeah, I think that's just like the combination of them just going, because like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Do you get a sense of where these beings are from?
I don't know, it feels really far.
Hmm. Okay.
It feels very, very far. I think that's why they could run that fast or whatever, or fly that fast.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much vast space that they're not going to run into anything. But it's like, well, there's another thing. Okay, so they're flying, and then it makes that energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they all end up like slowing down and stopping drastically. So they come into, it's like before they come into form, that energy is kind of following them. And then as they stop, it keeps going.
The energy keeps going, but the forms
Keeps
stop.
going, but the form stop. So when the energy surpasses them, they come back to form.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they're all collectively sending that energy down.
Mm-hmm. Where are they
I
sending
feel
this energy to?
I feel like it's just like, it's what I'm seeing now, because we were so far out there or somewhere different. It's like they were kind of like sending it off into our galaxy, the Milky Way
Hmm.
type thing.
So they're
So it's
not.
kind of like a lasso, or it seems like, now that I'm coning out, they start off like Milky Way, and then they do like a lap around. I don't know where they go out of the galaxy and around, and then they release it. So it's kind of like as if it's a lasso
Hmm.
of energy that's being blasted towards the Milky Way.
Hmm. What is the purpose of sending this energy to the Milky Way?
I'm getting the word of unity. I think that's why it's coming, like they showed me the lasso. It's kind of like trying to grab everything or everyone together and kind of holding it together within that energy.
Unity of who?
I guess all.
Like universally?
Universal unity
Okay.
within all beings, everything that exists in this existence. Because, well, it makes sense. I'm feeling like what they're showing, it's just like, we might not be, we're so separated here on Earth, but we're also separated out there too. They're not, it's not one anywhere.
Right. It's only one at the source.
Yes. Everywhere else has their own thing.
Go ahead.
I'm sensing that with some of the ETs and stuff that have been doing, what do you call it? Experimentations on the humans. It's like they've gathered that kind of information and have kind of taken it for themselves, and it kind of like blended within their own DNA. So there is kind of like sort of what I'm feeling like they've developed like little aspects of ego within themselves out there as well.
You mean in other races?
Yes, and other races, like other beings.
And who are these beings that you were seeing? Was this are they close to source? Do you get a feeling of what dimension they're in?
I'm getting like these are like the rebels, the rebels that are trying to stand for truth, the universal truth, the universal truth.
Very good.
I'm seeing that the light that is being thrown out, that is reaching Earth from these rebels, are reaching the truthers of this time. It's giving them the ability to stand up.
What do you see?
What I'm seeing is the energy that comes from that blast, kind of like raindrops. I think it looks like raindrops. I think that's how they're just showing it to me. And people are like getting these raindrops within them, and there's like an intelligence within the raindrops that are kind of turning on the DNA within them to wake up, be courageous, stand in their truth, and to light up. To that's what it feels like. I'm seeing that, the color of that metallic iridescent type thing. It's just how, like when it hits the human, it's like it does, like when it goes through, it's like the iridescent goes in and then it's back to same like normal color, but it's iridescent here, and it's going down, and then that's how it downloads.
So it goes in through the crown.
Yes, and then it leaves the trail through the chakras in the feet, which actually cause these spiral things that go into the earth.
What are these spiral things?
It just feels like it's it's still the effect, the energetic effect, like from the last. So
That
it's so strong that it causes these little vortexes come out of the feet.
So they're like little vortexes.
Well, yeah, little vortexes that are like allowing us to anchor and to feed Gaia as well.
So this energetic lasso, as you call it, comes down like raindrops into the humans, through the crown, through the body, out through the feet, and into Gaia like little vortexes to help anchor in this higher vibrational light.
Yes. That's why sometimes when you see your hands or whatever, like it looks sparkly, that's part of the what do you call it? The energy going through. So it doesn't happen just once, it happens quite often. They're just doing it in waves and waves and waves. Till the waking up process becomes more and more frequent. So that's why a lot of people are leveling up in terms of the ascension or their own ascension process within. Some are slightly waking up, like there are different levels of the awakening. And so they are being activated through, like they're getting the call out to do this turn from all the beings that are awake, like the star seeds, the light workers, the ones that are really understanding the duality.
What do you mean by that?
The ones who really can anchor themselves in what is going on, I guess, or what has been going on, like really not veering in, getting distracted. There's no distraction. It's really just your focus is there. It's going. There's no distractions that can take you off course. The ones that could really see things for what they are.
So the ones that this is assisting people in having that clarity and discernment.
Yes, it helps with the clarity and discernment, and it sharpens it. So the more that you receive, the more sharp you are getting. So it's happening on different levels for people. It really depends on, not in their openness, but it's just, there's a lot of factors involved in what happened in the last 8 years from 2012 and onward. So those that have had their awakening from 2012 and onward are more likely to receive more and to be more activated, whereas the other ones are kind of just there in the existence, kind of like I think it doesn't look like they'll wake up to their own capacity, but not enough for their, like, whatever their contracts are for being here in this existence. They will take only the role of very basic, like kindness, love, that kind of woke, good people, genuinely good people.
They're genuinely good people, but they're not consciously ascending.
No, but they are still,
Ascending.
they are still ascending, but they're just kind of like in their places where they need to be. Everybody is spread out in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the little nails in, you know, they're just kind of holding it down while the rest are blooming.
Okay. So they're like kind of like the anchors?
Yes, they do act as that.
Okay. And the others who are more enlightened, I guess, that's not a great word, but they're the ones that are blooming.
Yes, they're the ones that are kind of bringing this wave on, carrying it. I'm
Okay.
seeing like a collective light per se. Like I'm seeing the individual lights within that
Mm-hmm.
are illuminating. So the more you come into the heart and holding truth and authenticity, like the closest that you can be to your true authentic presence.
Mm-hmm. What visuals are you getting?
I'm getting a human with the heart space. It's bright, bright, bright green, but when the light comes out, like it's a strong green. But then when it opens up, you could see the green coming out, but it's becoming like, is the word translucent? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that is illuminating out. And I'm seeing like as if it's the person is unzipped up
Mm-hmm.
until about pubic area that they're unzipped. So it's kind of opening like a coat and the light is coming out.
Wow. That is breathtaking.
So that's light, and this collective consciousness that is present at this moment is what I'm seeing now are huge like oars. It's like
Like a rowboat oar?
yeah, but like yeah, like we're just kind of like pulling this humongous like boat into the light is just trying to illuminate. And I'm seeing beings just turning left, right, up, down, just trying to take. And when we hit, when the light hits a kind of dark point, it's like I see like as if it kind of explodes, but it's not
Is it
that.
dissolving?
Yeah, like a dissolve, like it
Mm-hmm.
just is seen and pop.
So it illuminates and then dissolves.
Yes.
Hmm. And so is this symbolic of what's happening now on the planet? With the light illuminating the darkness and all of it rising to the surface?
Yes, it feels like it's the light workers, all the light workers are just exposed now, vulnerable and exposed.
Mm.
There's nothing to lose anymore. It's like we have everything to lose, but there's nothing to lose if in that process.
What do you mean by that?
Um, like we're seeing the direction that it can go into, to which, yes, we can lose, our rights, for example, and our liberties, everything. But all the light workers are putting themselves out there to be exposed, to be vulnerable, to be whatever, because they feel they have nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are their truest form.
Wow. Very good. So how does this relate to Skylar?
She's a rebel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing rainbow and crystal child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing like a pink star around her eye.
Oh, like Gem? Is that her? Gem?
Oh yeah,
Gem had a pink star.
I love Gem. And
So was she one of those, is she one of those beings that was sending the energetic lasso?
yes, she does this in different. She'll jump. She works at the same time.
So she's working on higher dimensions and higher levels of herself,
Yes.
multidimensionally.
Multidimensionally, there is no specific dimension, but I'm getting like high dimension here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really high dimension, like way beyond what we're working with in a general sense.
Yeah.
To be out there, out there, out there, like to be able to pull themselves out there into. It was so quick, I can't even tell you how fast it was. Because they did like 3 roundabouts really fast. That I was trying to understand what was going on the first time. That when they came around the other way, I was like, wait. On our, I was like, okay, oh, right here. And bam.
Mm. So cool. How many were there, did you see?
There had to be thousands.
Wow. Was she leading them?
No, there's no leader.
Hmm.
They're all. There is no. There's none of that.
Hierarchy.
No.
Mm-hmm. They
There's
work in
none.
unity.
They're all unity, yeah. And they all, even though they're not in going at the same time, they all have. It's just the universal intelligence. They know that where they are is exactly where they have to be to create this effect.
Mm-hmm.
The
Just,
effect they need.
yeah.
And I saw that there were some that were kind of like going in different places. They weren't all in the same. So it's not like you're, you're what do you call it? You're only limited to one specific spot in this turnabout. It's, where you have to go. It's just an innate knowing.
Mm-hmm. It's like when the birds fly in tandem or the schools of fish all move together at the same time. Each one knows
Right.
where it's supposed to be and what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah.
Right. You're
Through that.
reminded like photons,
Mm.
high energetic, high energy photons.
Well, it's probably photonic light.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's amazing. So is she also doing this in her sleep time?
Yes, and she can split too.
What do you mean?
While she's conscious.
Oh, so like bilocating.
Yeah.
Okay. Is she aware of this consciously?
I don't know if she's aware of it consciously, but when this energy comes back into the density, it's overwhelming for her because light is coming in. And again, that, like I was saying, that download just goes in and all day when you're not really fully, the body itself is not conscious of it, it's going to be very heavy. I mean, like, shocking. And also because that energy is bringing up, like when it hits, kind of like the collective consciousness and the stuff that's going on, there's a sonic boom within that causes all that deep, dark, dirty wounds to come to the surface. So she's feeling the ripple effect of the deep, dark, dirty wound that's coming out. And she's just like, in that little body.
Mm.
Like, what the F?
Yeah. So she's feeling the collective energy.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the children are feeling the collective energies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really heavy.
Yeah, and they don't understand it. And so,
It can be overwhelming.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else that wants to come through in this scene?
No, just did a fast forward replay of everything that I had just seen.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you miss anything.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you for that. So we're going to move on to